Hey everyone, Lego Man Cam here, and today I'm going to be looking at what is arguably the best year for Lego Star Wars of all time, showing off all the sets that were released that year and explaining exactly why this year stands out amongst the rest. Now this video will be quite long, so take a seat, grab a big bag of whatever you like to eat, and let's talk about Lego. Beginning with January, a total of 15 sets were released, which when you compare it to this year's January wave is quite concerning to say the least.
What is that?
Bruh. 6 of these sets were planet sets, which I'll get out of the way quickly, as they're by far the least interesting sets in the video compared to what's still to come. These were the Jedi Starfighter and Camino, Republic Assault Ship and Coruscant, TIE Bomber and Asteroid Field, Snowspeeder and Hoth, B-Wing and Endor, and the Tantive 4 and Alderaan. All the figures in these sets were nothing to write home about, but 2 of these ships I find to be really interesting. One is the TIE Bomber, which hadn't had a minifigure scale set since 2003 and continued not to get one until 2023. This was such a tease by Lego to include this mini build of the TIE Bomber perfectly between both minifigure scale releases in 2013. The other interesting one here is the Republic Assault Ship. I did some research and the ship in universe is called the Acclamator class ship. It's very similar to a Venator. They have ones that are a little bit bigger and also ones that are smaller, and they're more so used for transport. However, we've never received an actual minifigure scale variant of this set, which is completely unique compared to any of the other 5. It's very strange to me here why they wouldn't have just included a miniature Venator instead of this Republic Assault Ship. Retirement wise, these sets have actually done relatively well in terms of gimmick sets, which usually don't go up too much in value. They're all reaching about $50 on Bricklink, with the Hoth Snowspeeder going for over $100 in some cases, just due to its low supply. Now, just before I get into the next few sets, if you do go on to enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe, as this is literally only the 4th video I've ever made, and any support really helps. Also, thanks to everyone who's already liked and subscribed, and even just watched the video, it genuinely means so much. Anyway, next up we have the 2 battle packs from the year, which cop a lot of hate for both being versus battle packs. Firstly, we'll look at the worser one, which is the Clone Troopers vs Droidekas set. The Droidekas just look a bit goofy, but the Plane and Sergeant Phase 1 clones are both really nice. I definitely would have preferred to see the 2 Droidekas replaced for just 2 more regular P1 Clone Troopers. However, the other battle pack here is actually really nice. It's the Republic vs Sith Troopers set. All 4 figures are really great here, with 2 massable Republic Troopers, and then 1 of each Sith Trooper variants, where one doesn't really stand out over the other. So I think you could easily army build this set and have an equal number of Republic and Sith Troopers. In their 10 years of existence, these sets are appreciated about 400% in value, both being worth around $50 now sealed in box. Also releasing in January, we had 3 original Trilogy sets, those being an A-Wing with decent figure selection, including Admiral Akbar, but I think this one does get outdone by the 2017 one, since there is no Lando here and that figure in that 2017 set is just amazing. However, this set did only retail at $25 at the time, so it really was a banger set. Next was the Battle of Hoth, which almost looks like a miniature version of the Assault on Hoth set from a few years later, which copped a lot of hate. While we do get a lot of Hoth sets, this one stands out to me as a really nice amalgamation of everything you would need for a Hoth battle. A probe droid, EMP cannon, tauntaun, and a decent selection of both Imperial and Rebel figures with a whole Snowspeeder in there too. Last but certainly not least for these original Trilogy sets was the Rancor Pit, a set I absolutely regret not picking up at the time, because it's such a perfect companion to 2012's Jabba's Palace, which I actually managed to pick up just recently. What I love about this set is obviously the Rancor, but I like how the 3 figures that are included don't overlap with what came in Jabba's Palace. You get an extra Gamorrean guard, which no one is against, plus Luke and Malakili. If you compare this to something like the Spider-Man No Way Home final battle, we got the Sandman add-on to that set this year. However, we got an extra Spider-Man and an extra Electro, which no one really needed. So I like how they had that foresight back in 2013 to not double up on the figures. Investment-wise, the A-Wing has only increased to a value of around $50, but both the Battle of Hoth and Rancor Pit set have appreciated really nicely, with the Battle of Hoth sitting at around $150 and the Rancor Pit sitting at about $300 new, just because of that Rancor figure being such a main draw. Now the last 4 sets that were released in January were all Clone Wars based, and let me tell you, these sets are so amazing looking back. First we have the AT-RT, which I honestly don't know why Yoda was included in this set since it's based off the Umbara arc, but the build is a really nice AT-RT, which also gave us our first 501st Trooper. As well, we get another Battle Droid Super Commando, and I could take or leave the Sniper Droideka, but I guess it was kind of nice to get a bit of variation in a Droideka compared to the others. The Z95 Headhunter was the next set released this year. And now I managed to find this set a few years back at a thrift store, and it's actually a really nice ship. It feels very familiar to Star Wars, yet it is varied enough to still feel quite unique. Pong Krell looks perfect, and getting another 501st and pilot is very welcomed. The last Umbara arc set was the Umbaran MHC, which stands for Mobile Heavy Cannon. This set included a really detailed build for the MHC, which I always love getting something different from Star Wars. The Umbaran figures are decent enough, and the 212th Trooper, whilst it does have a strange color scheme compared to the orange that it's supposed to be, it still looks really nice. And of course, you then have Ahsoka in her better Clone Wars attire. Overall, this is a really great set, and the minifigure selection really excels it. I do think it's still quite underrated though, compared to a lot of the other Star Wars sets. All these sets have skyrocketed in retirement, with the AT-RT sitting around $60, and both the Z95 and MHC sitting in the low $200 range. Now, the last set that released January 1st of 2013 has gone down as one of the greatest LEGO Star Wars sets of all time, and for good reason. This is the Bark Speeder with Sidecar. The set included a really nice Bark Speeder build, and one for the Separatist, but obviously the main draw here was Obi-Wan Kenobi. Nah, I'm just joking. The main draw was Captain Rex, which has skyrocketed the price of this set in the aftermarket from an initial $25 to over $400, even $500. With all that being said, these were the first half of year sets released in 2013. I'm going to be making a part 2 to this video with the rest of the sets that were released in this amazing year. Let me know in the comments which sets from this list are your favorites and whether you own any of them. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to see part 2, and thanks for watching.